Fulham 1, Manchester United 1. And what can I say, guys? It was a dead game, dead performance. Apart from the first half, I thought in the first 20 minutes we did play well, but apart from that, it was a poor game by us. We didn't really deserve to win. But let's get into the starting 11. So the starting 11 was Bayinde and net. He started ahead of Onana. Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw making up the back three. Ahmad, Casemiro and Bruno Dogu making up the four in midfield. And then Mount and Mbeumo starting in the inside 10 positions with Cunha up front. So in terms of my starting 11 that I would have gone with, was the only change was that I would have started Sesko ahead of Mount. And that was about it, really. Cunha did start up front in a little bit of a false nine position, and he did have a couple of chances early on in the game. And in the first 10-20 minutes, I thought it was good. I thought it was promising. We settled into the game really well. It was promising. In the third minute, Cunha hits the post. Dogu and Mount combined really well down the left side. Mount plays it inside to Cunha, who shoots with his right foot and it hits the post. Bruno then has a shot just outside the box. Cunha played it to Mount, who laid it off to Bruno, and then Leno has to make a good save from Bruno as well. Then Fulham get their own chance in the 13th minute. Sessegnon slides the ball through to King on the left edge of the United's area, and the teenager looks set to score the opening goal, but Bayinde is quickly off his line and makes a smart save with his legs at the near post as well. Then in the 14th minute, Bayinde plays a long ball all over the top of everybody, all the way through to Cunha in the centre forward position. Cunha takes it down beautifully with a really, really nice touch, and he shoots that goal, but Leno makes another good save. And I think if it was either side of Leno, I think that probably would have been 1-0 United in the 14th minute. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And then in the 16th minute, Fulham win a corner after Ahmad gets caught in possession. So it's poor play by Ahmad in this instance. The corner gets cleared and it falls to Iwobi on the edge of the box, who hits it on the volley, and Bayinde has to make a save again. So I think both sides in the early exchanges were getting a good couple chances. Fulham had packed the central area and blocked ball progression through the centre of the pitch, so the space was out wide for our fullbacks. However, we weren't getting into any threatening positions after, I would say, the first 20 minutes. In the 35th minute, this is where we really should have gone 1-0 up. Manchester United get a corner and Bruno swings it in the box. Bassey, Fulham's number 3, he pulls down Mason Mount to the ground, and the referee is advised to go to the VAR screen and check for a possible foul. A penalty is then awarded to Manchester United, and Bruno Fernandes blazes his spot kick over the crossbar, and really we should have been 1-0 up at that point. Bruno should have put the penalty away. It should have been 1-0 up, and we should have been 1-0 up. Unfortunately, we weren't. Then injury time comes around. 2 minutes into injury time at the end of the first half, Fulham swing in a corner and Bayinde is flapping at it again. And in my opinion, Bayinde from corners and from set pieces, he looks really unconvincing in my opinion. From corners, from set pieces, left a lot to be desired. And I was always nervous when Fulham would get a corner or a set piece, because Bayinde is in net. And I can see why we're going after San Lemens, at the end of this transfer window. So in terms of halftime summary, in possession, for the first 20 minutes, I thought playing out we were okay. We looked decent, for the first 20 minutes. Going forward, we just needed to put our chances away. Bruno had chances, Cunha had chances, and obviously Bruno had the penalty, and we really should have been 1-0 up at half-time if Bruno had put the penalty away. Unfortunately, he didn't, and so at the end of the first half, United had an XG of 1.31, Fulham had an XG of 0.82, and then the second half kicks off. And United get a corner and it falls to Mount on the edge of the box, who plays it to Ahmad on the overlap. He shoots and Leno has to make another decent save. United make a couple of substitutions in the 52nd minute. Ahmad and Casemiro go off for Sesko and Dalot, and then for a brief amount of time you had Bruno and Mount in the double pivot. And in my opinion, I don't think Ahmad should have been taken off. I think he was offering a little bit, quite of an attacking threat down the right side, and I was unfortunate that he had to go off. Dalot came on and he didn't really offer too much in my opinion. Going forward, he didn't really offer too much. Defensively, he was alright, I suppose. And then fortunately for Manchester United, we do make it 1-0 in the 58th minute. Yoro thinks he's made it 1-0, but it's actually a Muniz own goal. United win a corner and Mbeumo swings it in and Yoro heads it. He leaps like a salmon to put Muniz under pressure, who can only turn the ball into his own net. It strikes the Brazilian's back and it rolls past Leno, left flat-footed by the unexpected deflection. And United are 1-0 up, and we really should have gone on to win this game, but unfortunately we didn't. Even though second half, I don't think we offered too much going forward. It was a little bit disappointing in the second half, I'll be honest with you. United do make another substitution. Mount goes off for Ugarte, and then Ugarte is in a double pivot alongside Bruno Fernandes. And then unfortunately in the 73rd minute, Emil Smith Rowe makes it 1-1. He comes onto the pitch and he scores with his first touch. And it was a poor goal defensively to give away, I'll be honest with you. Poor defending all around from everyone involved. Dalot isn't good enough in trying to stop the cross from Iwobi, who gets the assist. De Ligt lets the ball run right across him in the box, and Smith Rowe escapes Bruno to put the ball into the back of the net. And like I said, it's shocking defending all round, not good enough whatsoever. And that was it really. Fulham did have a couple of chances in the second half after they scored, and they looked more likely to score than United. United do make another substitution, two more. Yoro and Shaw do go off for Maguire and Heaven, and then in the 89th minute, United get a corner and Mbumo swings it into Maguire, who heads just wide, and Maguire could have won it there for United, with that corner. But in terms of full time, I think the first 20 minutes of the match were good, but that's about it really. Apart from that, I thought we were poor. I thought the second half, it was horrible. We really didn't offer anything in the second half, and yeah, it was just a poor second half performance all around. And yeah, we, in the Arsenal game last week, we probably deserved to win that game, but this game, we probably only deserved a draw, and we didn't really deserve to win the game. And again, we're just lacking that cutting edge going forward, and it's just so annoying to watch sometimes us play football. And I gotta be thinking, what's Ruben Amorim doing on the training ground? But yeah, that's about it in terms of the highlights for the match. Let's get into some player ratings and some stats for the match. So Bayinde, he's got a 7.2 here on FootMob. He created that one chance for Cunha with that really nice ball over the top of everybody. Accurate passes, 11 out of 24, 46%. Accurate long balls, only 3 out of 15. He needs to be doing better with his long balls. I thought his distribution was a little bit poor. And in terms of the goal that we scored, he couldn't really do anything about it. It was just Emil Smith Rowe running free from his marker, but he did look really unconvincing from corners, it has to be said. I really wasn't impressed by Inde's handling from corners. He was flapping a lot of things, and he made me nervous every time Fulham got a set piece. So Lenny Yoro, he did kind of have this shot in the 58th minute. It was off target, so the goal doesn't go towards him. It does end up as a Muniz own goal. In terms of his defensive contributions, he did win the majority of his duels. He's won 4 out of 5 duels, with his decent. Again, not much can be said. Good pass accuracy with 38 out of 43, 88%, but that's about it. Matthias de Ligt, 37 out of 39 accurate passes, 95%. 3 out of 4 accurate long balls, and then he only won 5 out of 9 aerial duels, so he's won 6 out of 10 duels altogether. Possibly needs to be doing a little bit better with his aerial duels. And like I said, for the goal, he did let the ball run right across him. I don't know why he's doing that. He should just clear it. I have no idea why he's letting the ball run right across him in the box like that. So that was poor, in my opinion, by him. Luke Shaw, he's got a 6.4 here, 54 out of 62 accurate passes with 87%. Again, neat and tidy on the ball. Possibly needs to be doing better with his duels. He's only won 2 out of 6, which needs to be doing better there, especially with his ground duels, only 1 out of 4. Aerial duels, he's won 1 out of 2, so he needs to be doing a little bit better with his duels. And then Ahmad, I thought he was a little unfortunate to be taken off in the 52nd minute. I thought he was a attacking threat that we had going forward, and he completed 20 out of 20 of his accurate passes, which is decent. You don't see that too often. In terms of his shots, he had 1 out of 2 shots on target. He did have this shot in the 48th minute that was saved by Leno. And then in terms of his duels, he's won 3 out of 6, so possibly could be doing a little bit better with his duels, but average performance by him. And then Casemiro, 18 out of 26 accurate passes, 69%, and again duels, he's won 3 out of 5, which is alright. And then Bruno Fernandes, he completed the most dribbles of the match with 2, but like I said, look, he missed this penalty in the 38th minute, and he should be scoring that. If we score that, then it's it's possibly a totally different game. But yeah, 46 out of 54 accurate passes, 85%. Duels, he's done decent here in the middle of the park, winning 8 out of 10 of his duels, which is decent. Look at that, he's won 7 out of 8 of his ground duels, which is decent as well. And then Dogu, I thought he was a little bit poor going forward. Defensively, he was okay. He couldn't really have done a lot for the goal. But I think he lacks that attacking threat going forward. So often than not, sometimes, in attacking situations, there's a lot of space for the fullback and, for the right wing back and the left wing back, and they just don't have the quality going forward. I think Dogu is a little bit similar. Only 22 out of 30 accurate passes, 73%, and touches in the opposition box 3. 0 out of 1 successful dribbles, 0 out of 2 accurate crosses as well, and then 2 out of 8 ground duels won, which isn't great. And then aerial duels won, he's won 4 out of 6, which is decent. So overall, he's won 6 out of 14 of his duels, which isn't great. You need to be winning the majority of his duels, but apart from that, going forward, I don't think he was good enough. Yeah, that's it for Dogu. And Bumo, he was alright as well. 13 out of 15, 87% accurate passes, 1 out of 3 duels won. But in terms of going forward again, I think he lacked that cutting edge going forward. I think the front line lacked that synergy that I'm looking for going forward. I don't think we played particularly well going forward. A successful dribble 0 out of 1, accurate crosses only 2 out of 4. And yeah, he didn't. I don't remember him having any shots on goal. I don't remember him beating his man or kind of creating something. Only 2 chances created for Mbumo. Yeah, the average performance by him. And then Mount, I thought he was okay. He linked up really well, especially in the first 20 minutes. Created that opportunity for Cunha, who hit the post. Accurate passes 17 out of 22, 77%. Two chances created. He did win the penalty as well when it was Bassey who fouled him in the box, but unfortunately Bruno couldn't convert. Duels, he's won 5 out of 7, which is decent as well. And then finally Cunha up front, who started up front. He hit the woodwork as well, like I said. I think it was from this shot in the 2nd minute. Very unfortunate not to be going in, and that's twice now in 2 matches that we've hit the woodwork and not scored. So and 2 games played, we're yet to score a goal in the Premier League. Obviously this goal that we scored was an own goal through Muniz. And then in terms of his duels, he's won 3 out of 6 ground duels and 0 out of 4 aerial duels won. So yeah, that's not really good for Cunha. In terms of the substitutes, Dalot came on. I don't think Dalot made an error that led to the goal for Fulham. So so he did stop the cross that he couldn't stop the cross that I think it was who put it in the box. I think it was Alex Iwobi who put the cross into the box, and he wasn't able to stop the cross. So technically he did made an error that led to the Fulham goal. 10 out of 12 accurate passes. Duels won, he's won 1 out of 1 of his duels. And then Sesko, he was a little bit quiet when he came on as well. Obviously, I would have had him starting because I think we lack a focal point when we're not starting with a central striker. 9 out of 12 accurate passes. And in terms of his duels, he's won 2 out of 3 of his duels. He lost that only 1 ground duel that he was involved in. And then Ugarte, he came in to shore up the midfield, but he came on and then we conceded a little bit afterwards. 6 out of 10 accurate passes, so not really, fine in terms of accurate passes. In terms of his defence, he won 2 out of 3 of his tackles, and in terms of his duels, he's won 4 out of 5 of his duels as well, which is alright. And then Aiden Heaven, he comes on, only 4 minutes played, not much can be said about him. And then Maguire as well, he's only lasted for 4 minutes, and he did have this shot in the 88th minute, which went just wide, and that could have gone in. On another day, that goes in, and we're winning the game 2-1, and we're coming away with all 3 points. Aerial duels, he's won 2 out of 3. So yeah, that was decent for Maguire as well. But overall, I think attacking wise, we weren't good enough going forward. We lacked that kind of synergy. We lacked that that quality again going forward, especially in the second half. We did start off the match really well. I thought the first 20 minutes we played really well, and we deserved to be leading. Couldn't hit the post, like I said. Bruno Fernandes in the 35th minute. he should, or 38th minute, he should have scored that penalty. Then if that, and then we could be leading 2-0, and the game's completely different. But yeah, unfortunately, we do come away with Craven Cottage with only a point. Let's have a look at the league table early on in the season. We are a 16th place, only 1 point. Like I said, I think the pressure is on Ruben Amorim already. Already the pressure is mounting on him because even though we played well against Arsenal, we didn't get anything from the game. And against Fulham, I don't think we necessarily played too well. And we are only coming away with a point. And so, yeah, it's tough. It's tough in my opinion, this start to the season for Ruben Amorim. And you know what? And here's the thing. Like I said, the first 20 minutes we were good, but that's about it. Apart from that, I thought we were poor. Second half, I thought we were horrible, and we didn't really create anything in the second half. And yeah, so let's just get into the stats. We'll talk about the stats a little bit for the game. So here are the stats. So Fulham do edge us in the stats as well. They edge us in possession, edge us in expected goals, more shots on target, more big chances, and for Fulham as well, three big chances compared to United's two big chances missed for Fulham and 2 big chances missed for United. Obviously, one penalty missed for United, but Fulham probably just about edged it on in terms of chances created. I think if Fulham did go on to win the game, it would have been unfortunate because I think probably the least we deserved was a point. In terms of duels, we do win the majority of our duels here. We do beat Fulham in terms of our duels, but we weren't able to get the better of them in terms of the scoreline. So expected goals, like I said, Fulham do not dominate, but they did perform better than us in the expected goals category. And they had more shots on target, more big chances, and in terms of accurate passes, they do beat us in that as well. So yeah, really unfortunate for United to be only coming away with a point, and the pressure is on Ruben Amorim. Really, it's an absolutely, the pressure is going to be mounting for Ruben Amorim, and here's the thing, with regards to Ruben Amorim, if these results continue under Ruben Amorim will be out of a job before Christmas, and you can't spend over £200 million, bring an entirely new forward line, and have the Premier League record that you have carrying on from last season, and fail to beat Fulham away from home. It's just these results in the Premier League cannot continue under Ruben Amorim. If they do, like I said, he will be out of a job, and it's just really unfortunate that it's going to come to that, because I can understand why some fans are calling for his head already, but I think we're still early on. He still possibly can turn it around, but I think he needs to be starting Sesko. I'm not sure why he's not starting. We do lack a focal point when he doesn't start. But yeah, I think Ruben Amorim is under immense amount of pressure, and he could be out of a job before Christmas if these results continue. But yeah, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.